What's up, family? My name is Jimmy Scott Jr., and today I'm going to be tackling the question about how you can start to eat to live. A lot of us, we are confused about the foods that we should be eating and about that concept of what it means to eat to live, right? We've heard the quote, "Let thy food be thy medicine and let thy medicine be thy food," and we suffer from so many different things today that we forgot that food is medicine. Food is our medicine, not pills, not Tylenol, not Motrin, but food. Food is our medicine, and food is what keeps us from being sick, right? And we've forgotten about that. So today I want to just talk about that concept about eating to live and how you can begin to eat to live. So today I have some tea, I have some ginger root and some lemon, and the first batch I put a little bit of honey in it to test it out and see what that tastes like. Raw honey tastes really good. This is my second cup with the same stuff, the same ginger root, same lemon. Just made another cup with no honey this time, and it still tastes just as good as with the honey. And so the ginger is good in this tea to help fight inflammatory bacteria from entering into the body, and eliminating mucus of entering into the body. And right now I'm making this video because it's a perfect example of eating to live, or drinking, to live, right? Of the things that the body needs to help fight off bacteria, infection, and diseases, right? And so right now I have a inflamed throat. So my throat is not sore, but I can feel the mucus in the back of my throat as far as where the tonsils are, of just formulating, right? And so I can feel phlegm beginning to build, and me beginning to, feel like I need to spit all the time, right? Because phlegm is building and congestion, right? And so I am helping to aid the body in order to fight off the toxins and bad bacteria, because we do have good bacteria, but to fight off the bad bacteria and toxins from entering into the body. My body is already in repair mode of healing itself, so I began to break my fast a little bit earlier this morning with the tea to prepare myself for the day before I go into work. And so ginger is going to do that. Ginger is an antioxidant. It fights off inflammation, bacteria, right? It also helps with the lymphatic system, or as what we call the immune system, right? It aids the lymphatic system for your lymph nodes, right? Just because of the vitamin of ginger oil. You can Google this stuff. It's called ginger oil, which is what's in ginger root, ginger roll. It's just put ginger and then put a OL, ginger roll, right? You can find this stuff. So why am I bringing this up about ginger, right? And just healing properties of ginger and all this stuff. We need to learn how to eat to live instead of eating to die. We've all kind of accepted, I guess you could say, fate, or our lives with what they tell us because of what they provide us. And you may hear videos where people talk about they all the time, right? Who is they that's providing this, and they that's doing this, right? People talking code, right? Well, they are society, the society in which you live in. It's not necessarily the government or this company or that company or this person, that person. It's a combination of evilness. That's what they are. They are evil. Whatever the evil is that we are combating, that is going against our natural design and nature of our creation. That's what they are. They are anyone who tells you that McDonald's is healthy for you. That's who they are, right? And so we're fighting them, whoever. It is not necessarily just an entity, right? Not just the government or this person, that person. It's whoever that will tell you false doctrine. That's who they are, right? And so they will tell you that you need to eat 3 times a day. They will tell you that you need to be eating XYZ. They will tell you that you need over-the-counter medicine. They will tell you that you need surgery. They will tell you that you need to do X, Y, and Z. They, right? Society, this evilness that's running in this world. And a lot of this stuff goes against our natural design of how we were created. I heard Brother Yaki Awaken talk about a lot of the design of our body if we needed certain things to do certain things as a resource to food, right? So if we needed, so for example, I believe he mentioned if we needed our food to be cooked, then the Creator, God, would have designed our bodies with the mechanism in order to burn food in our stomach as we eat it. Instead, so we would be able to eat raw food, and then our bodies would have been able to cook it itself. But our digestive system is not one of a vulture. Remember, vultures eat dead animals, but we also eat dead animals. We just cook them. But a vulture's digestive tract and design of the throat and esophagus and digestive system and everything within a vulture is designed specifically to break down and gain nutrients from flesh, from dead flesh. Our bodies are not designed that way, which is why it takes us longer to break down foods that we should not be eating. And we have gotten way far beyond what we should be eating and what God created us to eat even worse things. Calamari, and we call these things luxury, right? Calamari or all kind of stuff, man. We just got way far beyond the natural. And I'm not speaking to you from someone on a pedestal of like living right? Because I'm also learning these things and I'm making changes in my life and I'm growing day by day. So I'm speaking to you from a brother that's realized and that's waking up, and I'm just like, hey man, I don't know if you realize this. We've been eating dead stuff our whole life, and we've been drinking dead stuff our whole life. Don't know if you realize this. That's where I'm coming from and sharing with you this information. I'm just now finding out that we've been drinking dead water. Our water has been dead, right? So it's fitting that we're talking about eating to live. So let me explain to you a little bit about water, because now you may be interested about what I mean by dead water. Well, let's think about it from a practical standpoint or logical standpoint about water. When you think about water, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I actually asked someone this question yesterday. First thing that comes to your mind when you think about water, you think about oxygen, H2O, the chemical component of water, right? 2 hydrogen particles and one oxygen particle banging together to create that flow, right, of water. We think about life, like life needs water, like your body is made up of water. We think about trees. We think about oceans, rivers, streams, lakes, water, rain. We think about water, right? We think about those things. Now, all of those things, right? All of those things as a resource to water that we just mentioned have a flow. All of those things flow. There is a movement of water. Water is meant to move. Even when you think about life in your body, water is moving in your body. Trees are absorbing water. Water is a current. It has channels. If you take a microscope and you zoom in on water and you see flowing water drops, just zoom in on the flowing water drops, you will see these small little channels that has nuclei moving through, like you will see a flow. You will literally see a channel of flow in water if you take a microscope and you go to the microscopic level of water. So if you go in your water and you're not seeing a flow in your water, like the water in a can, then your water is not flowing. The cellular structure of water, right, or the microscopic level of water, you have no flow. You're just drinking water that's not moving. Water is supposed to move. God created water to flow and move because life needs flow. Life needs movement in order to continue. Right? Oceans move. Water in the oceans are moved. You may have some piece of the still waters, but the whole water of the ocean is never still. Water is always moving in the ocean somewhere. Fish need water. Fish need to move. And as fish move, the water moves. God hovered over the face of the waters. And as he hovered over the face of the waters, right, he saw that it was good, meaning that the flow of water is good. So why am I talking about flow so much? Well, when water flows, if it brings life, it brings energy. Life is energy, your life force, your life energy. Trees gain nutrients from water, therefore they gain energy to remain strong and grow their roots even deeper. Right? Fish need water. Right? Fruit need water in order to gain the nutrients necessarily to grow. You grow with water, right? We talk about growth with water, right? In order for you to grow, you need energy to grow. This is how you know something is growing, when it is full of vitality and energy. You know your children are growing when they have energy. If you have a 2, 3, 4-year-old that's not energetic, something is going on there. Because children grow, and when they grow, they are vital. They have vitality of energy. So we know that water flows, and we know with water that's flowing, it's full of energy. It has an electrical current. Water can power things because of the electrical current that is flowing in water. So what gives it that electrical current? The flow does. The flow gives it that current. As water moves and it channels and it begins to flow, all of the nutrients and things are moving. And so the earth also gives it that current. Because as it's flowing, if you look at waterfalls, if you look at all these different things from the ground, right? Water, as our water comes from the earth, it creates these channels of flow. It is passing through the soil, the rich, nutrient-dense soil of bacteria. It's passing over the rocks, right? A lot of the minerals that come through from the rocks, right? In order to filter itself to become living water, spring water from springs, living water. So that living water, which will help us to live, is the water we should drink. But a lot of our water comes packaged in a bottle and is no longer living because it has stopped flowing. Water also supposed to mold, or it's supposed to go, like with anything that's living, if it's dying, there's an effect to it. There's nothing that's natural that you can't see the difference between the living and the dying. If you sit a real apple out and you don't eat it, you pull it from the vine, it will begin to wither. The same thing with us, right? The Bible tells us, God tells us in John, I am the vine and you are the branches. He that lives within me shall bear much fruit, for apart from me you can do nothing. So God has already given us the example of the vine and the branches. And apart from God, we can do nothing. Apart from the vine, the apple will wither. Apart from the vine, the watermelon will wither. I'm sorry, not apple and vine, tree. Well, I'm not talking about vine. Apart from the tree, or the limb of the tree where the apple bears, apart from that, it will wither and begin to decay. The same thing goes for us. The same thing goes for bananas. Same thing goes for watermelon, cantaloupe, any type of peppers. When you pluck it, it begins to decay. Same thing goes for water. When you stop it, the flow of it, it will begin to not have the properties that it's supposed to have. So we drink dead water. We drink water that hydrates us, but we don't drink anything that's living. And so it can only hydrate us because of the chemical properties, but it can't do no more than that, right? Water actually is meant to do more than what it currently does for us, which is what I'm learning. There's another chemical component called H3O2. Not H2O, H3O2, which is the water that you can find in fruit. Why do fruit have water? Because water lives. Fruit, are perfect for hydration, but not just hydration. It also provides the electrolytes, right? That Gatorade is trying to give you with flavor, but you don't need all that sugar and flavor from Gatorade to get your electrolytes. You can get your electrolytes from watermelon, water-based melons, melon that is primarily water. It's a melon. It does have a texture, but it's really water. Watermelon, right? Cantaloupe, water-based fruit that will also give you the nutrients from the fruit that will just not hydrate you, but energize you. I'm telling you now, man, go get your watermelon, just eat a slice. One slice has so much hydration in it. Like, that's all I could just call it, man. Like, if you really want to drink some water, but you I don't want to just drink plain, bland water, drink fruit or eat fruit. You can live and eat fruit without ever having to drink water. We got ancestors that are doing it right now. I follow this guy on YouTube right now, Dr. Aris Latam. I don't even know if he has a channel. I just Google, I YouTube his stuff, and I just watch every video I see him in. He has not drank plain water in, I don't know, 40 something years, he stated, because he gets all of his water from fruit that have been cooked and grown to perfection from the sun. We need oxygen to survive, we need water to survive, and we need the sun to survive. To literally survive, for our cells, in order to do the things that our cells do. We need all three of those things. Water from fruit, H3O2. O2 provides us oxygen. Hydrogen components banging with the oxygen in order to break down a lot of these different fruits that provide these things for us. The sun also giving us the necessarily vitamins that our skin needs. Not saying you got to burn to a crisp, but I'm just saying the sun provides, right? Which, especially for the melanin that I have, does really well with the melanin I have, which is why certain fruits thrive in hot climates, tropical climates, right? Where the sun can do its thing for the fruit and the vegetables, right? Eating to live, man. I'm just giving you just some wisdom and knowledge here. Just wanted to share this. Nothing edited or anything like that. I just like to talk, and I don't really be having a lot of time to do all this editing stuff. So I just wanted to get on here, talk to y'all about eating to live and how to do that. How do we truly eat to live? We eat living foods. We eat foods that are alive. We eat foods that have nutrients. Grits have no nutritional value because grits are just grounded up corn. Corn has no nutritional value for us as human beings. All of these things have been created for other purposes. We just need to learn. We need to unlearn and relearn the purposes of our natural physiology of body. We need to look into nature and start watching nature and align nature with our spirituality and our faith in order to live the way God created us to live. Bible tells us that we'll be able to do even greater things. Jesus said that we'll be able to do even greater things than he. But you ain't going to be able to do none of those things unless your temple is clean and you are living holy lives, spiritual lives in this body to keep the body as healthy as you possibly can. Because your spirit is probably crying out, take care of your body so that I can thrive in it and do miracles. And you're just like, well, the CDC says X, Y, and Z, and my life expectancy is only until 78, so it actually doesn't matter what I eat, and you just abuse your body. We got to get out of that way of thinking, because I'm not trying to be 78 and 79 if Lord allows me to live to get that long, where I can't move and my joints don't have vitality and my muscles aren't strong. I'm not saying I got to have strong, dense muscles like now, right? Because I know outer beauty or exterior beauty is always changing with our society. You got beautiful old people, right? But, you know, we cater beauty as far as wrinkle-less skin and removing the hair from our bodies. And beauty is no longer in the natural way that God created us, with defenses for our body for survival of earth. Beauty is now with the fantasies that have been excavated by man and woman to go to a certain level of indulgence. Smooth skin, removing the hair off your skin and seeing the attractiveness to the eye. Therefore, let's remove all the hair from our skin everywhere. We've started to see that. The same thing as it resorts to makeup and you know, our fingernails and all this kind of stuff. When God is like, I created all this stuff with a specific design, and I found it all good, and I found it beautiful, but yet we say that it's not. Babies don't have any of this stuff, by the way. I mean, they have smooth skin, yes, because of their youth, but they don't have makeup. Babies don't have makeup when they're born. There's no makeup on a baby when it's born. There's no lip gloss on the lips. There's no nail polish on the toes. None of that. There's no plastic surgery for the newborn. The newborn isn't thinking about enlarging its breasts for beauty. But yet babies are beautiful. May we all start to think more like babies. I appreciate you for tuning in today. I pray nothing but blessings and peace over your life as you continue to walk with me on this Christian journey, on this life journey, on this spiritual journey, on this journey of understanding and awakening. Every day is another opportunity for us to grow. May we all continue to grow together. Blessings, peace, and love to you. I'll talk to you next time.